Hi, Caitlin. I said we're ready to start.
I know. And I was like, I thought I was. And then that just snuck out of there. So, hi, Cassie.
Was it from the cortado?
Probably. Coffee makes me really burpy.
Cortado cult.
Can we please do like a bleep button on the burp? There was a fuzz flying right at me.
Coming in hot.
It's chaos in here.
It's Sunday. We didn't listen to Caitlin's shirt. On Sundays, we do nothing, and we are clearly doing stuff, but we are never better.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yes.
Well, this is P&W Haunts and Homicides, where we chat about true crime, the paranormal, and all things spooky in the Pacific Northwest.
Or the P&W, if you're nasty.
And hi, creepy people. We know you're nasty. I think we forgot to say hi to you after we said hi to each other, and there was a burp situation. And
uh-oh.
Yeah. But we hope you stick around for the end, because we're going to do a little tarot for a little deeper insight into our topic, which we do in every episode.
Yeah.
Oh, my head hurts.
Oh, no. It's the weather, though, I think.
The weather did it.
The weather.
It is nice for our recording, though. It's not too sunny, so we're not getting blasted from the back.
Nobody likes getting blasted from the back.
Unless you're nasty.
Oh, no.
Well, before we start today, I did want to mention something. I think we kind of chatted about it last night, but Morbid covered Crater Lake.
Oh, yes. Okay, I remember this.
Yeah. And I thought it was interesting to bring up, because I almost like didn't listen to it, because I was like, oh, obviously I've researched like the shit out of it. I know every detail of the story. Like, I've heard it a million times,
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just skip that one. But I was like, no, I'm going to listen to it, because like I love the spooky episodes, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's so different. And like everyone has their own like different take on things and different commentary. And so I just thought it was interesting to bring up, like, even if you've heard a topic a million times, like everyone does it completely differently.
I agree. I mean, I think people just have their own personalities and their own takes.
Like they do?
So, yeah. I mean, some people.
We're not all just copies of each other?
Carbon copies.
But yeah, it was really funny, really entertaining for me still. And yeah, so I thought I'd bring it up.
Excellent.
Yeah. And the other reason is, that's kind of like one of the reasons we started a P&W podcast, because I would always get excited when other pods would talk about our neck of the woods, so it's still exciting when they do.
Yeah.
They know about us. Well, today we are going to be talking about a topic from the P&W. Weird.
What?
We're going to Long Beach, Washington.
Oh.
That's a Long Beach.
It's a Long Beach.
So Long Beach is about 3 hours southwest of Seattle on the Washington coast. Population, 1,756 as of 2023.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a small, beach town.
Yeah. I've been there. That just seems really small.
Yeah, it's pretty small. I'm sure it's like full of tourists, though,
That's...
So it might seem bigger. Popular for its boardwalk, drive-on beach, and the Washington State International Kite Festival.
Ooh.
And the archway declaring the world's longest beach, which is actually true.
I was going to ask.
Although it's technically the world's longest beach on a peninsula.
Oh.
It's 28 miles long. And if you're wondering, like me, what the longest beach in the world is, it is, and I can't roll my R's, so I apologize. Praia do Cassino in Brazil. At 150 miles long.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
Quite a bit longer.
Yeah.
I did roll my R's pretty good. I don't know. The subject of our topic today has been dubbed the crowned jewel, another crowned jewel of something.
All right.
Of a place called Marsh's Free Museum, where, quote, lies a collection as wondrous as it is bizarre.
Okay.
End quote.
Sounds about right for you.
Probably. It really actually reminds me of the Museum of the Weird that we went to in Austin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
That was cool.
pretty similar to that.
Okay.
It's full of like oddities and taxidermy and like the two-headed calf, a one-eyed lamb, an eight-legged lamb, or spider lamb. If you're nasty.
Wow, that is nasty.
I don't know. I just called it spider lamb because like 8 legs.
Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I don't know if anyone else calls it that.
They should.
They should. I made up a new thing. They have things like shrunken heads, human skeletons, and antiques, like a roulette wheel from the Alaskan Gold Rush.
Ooh.
And I am like, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I kept reading it as Russian roulette wheel.
Oh.
And I was like, they had just like a wheel of guns? Like, what is... Like the Gold Rush was...
You're like, what does a Russian roulette wheel consist of?
It's a Gold Rush. Like, that shit's brutal.
I'll tell you.
So I read it like 10 times and I was like, oh my God, it literally just says roulette wheel. Like, I'm so dumb.
Your brain really wanted to take that to the next level.
They were just gambling. They weren't shooting. Well, they might have been shooting and gambling, but
probably some of that too.
There could have been a wheel of guns. Who knows? Who knows what was going on in that Gold Rush?
I mean, the Wild West. Am I right?
There's antique arcade games where you can get a fortune or measure the intensity of your romantic passions.
Ooh.
And I do have a photo. Test your passion. Test your passion factor chair.
Oh, okay. Say that literally ever again.
Test your passion factor chair.
Oh.
Do you notice anything weird about this chair?
The slit right there in the middle of the seat.
Why is there a hole in the seat, y'all?
I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't think it's positive.
Isn't that weird? I assume it's just from like people sitting on it, you know, like through time, but it seems kind of weird that it's like a test your passion chair and there's a fucking hole in it.
You know what that reminds me of?
A glory hole?
It's Always Sunny.
Oh.
The exercise bike that Mac makes.
Oh my God. We need you to describe it to us.
No, I'm going to need someone to get a YouTube clip of.
Oh, yeah. Find a YouTube clip.
There are no words. You just have to have the visual.
Alrighty. Moving on from the glory hole chair. On November 9th, 1993, the headline on the front page of the Weekly World News was, quote, half human, half alligator discovered in Florida swamp.
Okay.
Exclamation point.
I mean, the location at least makes sense.
Right?
That's all I got.
Here, I'll show you the photo.
That looks totally real.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
Uh-huh.
So the article claims this is, quote, man's missing link, a grotesque hissing creature with the head and upper body of a human and the dragon-like lower body of an alligator. Has been captured alive just miles from here in the Big Cypress Swamp, end quote. So I thought it was funny that they like said dragon-like lower body of an alligator.
Yeah, just say alligator.
Just say alligator because dragons aren't real.
Yeah, I agree that also struck me as odd. I'm like, you could have just said alligator.
Just leave it at alligator.
If the word you're looking for is alligator, well, there it is.
There it is.
Just use that one.
The article goes on to say, quote, of course, an intense search is underway to locate any other Gator Man creatures, end quote.
Well, of course. We're going to hunt them down.
Over the years, there was several other articles on this same Gator Man from the Florida swamp. Half alligator, half human, kills Miami man and escapes from laboratory. It's alive.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, that's one of the titles.
Okay.
It's alive.
It's alive. Yeah.
It's alive. Half human, half alligator captured in Florida Everglades. And then last but not least, half alligator, half human gives birth.
Oh, okay.
They claim he had a little baby alligator man.
Okay.
Bottom.
Okay, the bottom half is alligator. So to me, they don't give birth. They lay eggs.
You know,
so
I am not going to try to analyze the mysteries of nature here, okay?
I was going to say, maybe that's the wrong thread to pull at. I don't know.
It's nature. Nature is miraculous, all right? Yeah. But this is not just any old half human, half alligator.
No.
This is none other than Jake the Alligator Man. He has a name.
Okay.
The crowned jewel of Marsh's Free Museum.
Okay. All right.
The picture used for these stories was actually stolen from a souvenir postcard sold at the museum.
Oh, okay.
Which they've now sold over 30,000, by the way.
Yeah, I bet.
But it did put Jake on the map as the founding father. Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be one of the.
Oh.
But it did put Jake on the map as one of the founding fathers of freaks. Right up there with the Fiji mermaid.
Great. Love that. Yeah.
Have you seen the Fiji mermaid?
I think so.
I've heard of it. I don't know if I've actually ever seen the original.
Oh, alrighty.
It's very convincing. You know. Well, we can blow up the pictures too and have Taylor add bigger pictures, but for some reason, just want to show you guys on my phone right now. So yeah, there's that.
I'm just going to play with these wires to comfort myself because I forgot my rock.
So this is Jake the Alligator Man at Marsh's Free Museum in his enclosure.
Okay.
And I'll show you more pictures later.
But I can't wait.
There's so many pictures.
Oh boy.
Besides the kind of obvious fact that he is a seemingly mummified half man, half alligator, not much is known about how Jake came to be in this state.
You don't say.
Yeah. Not like the state of Washington, but just like his state of being,
his existence.
Yeah. How did Jake come into this world? No one really knows. His life prior to being purchased in 1962 to be a feature of the Marsh's unique collection remains a mystery, which seems to be part of Jake's allure.
Sure.
He's a very mysterious man. We all like a mysterious man, right?
A man of mystery.
But naturally, people have their theories and stories. Some of the activities people claim that Jake was up to when he was alive, it's alive, are things like hanging out in New Orleans brothels, smoking cigars, drinking whiskey, performing in carnivals, terrifying anyone who came across him in the sand dunes of Pakistan, or casually just being a serial cannibal.
Oh. Some of those make me real uncomfortable.
The sand dunes in Pakistan was very specific.
Yeah, I mean, how's he getting to Pakistan, by the way?
They think like that's where he came from. I really don't know.
Okay.
Nobody knows. It's a mystery.
It sure is. Sure is.
But the people of Long Beach embrace their weird little unofficial mascot.
Okay.
And hopefully by now everyone knows when like we say weird, it's totally a compliment.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Jake is the coolest.
This is a pretty high weirdness factor.
Oh yeah. High weirdness. Hi. They really love him in this town. And you'll see I Break for Jake bumper stickers.
Oh, that's cute.
I did have pictures. I don't see an eye break for Jake bumper sticker, but I see like this is one of their stickers that they sell at the museum.
Oh my.
It says my friend Jake, and it has a, cartoon of him, Long Beach, Washington. And then there's also like a shirt with his like silhouette on it. March's Free Museum. It says established in 1921. I think we'll get there.
Honestly, I think the silhouette is more horrifying.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I think silhouettes are often more horrifying. Like, that's why like shadow people are scary, because like you can't see their features,
That's true.
Jake the shadow alligator. I want an Jake for break bumper sticker. I had Jake for break. He's also been given a key to the city.
Where does he keep his key for the city?
In his alligator butt. Around his neck? I don't know. In his little enclosure. Maybe he buried it in the sand. We don't know what Jake's up to. They've even celebrated his birthday since 2007.
Oh.
Now with a weekend festival. So it used to be like just kind of like a small birthday party, but it evolved into a weekend long festival.
It's become a whole big shindig.
Yeah. At this festival, there is live music, a vintage car show,
okay,
and a burlesque bachelor party.
What is that exactly?
Well, yeah, like why does Jake need a bachelor party, you ask? Well, because after that is the Bride of Jake beauty pageant.
Okay.
Where women compete to be Jake's bride.
Excellent.
They do say it's more of like a funny, lighthearted talent show than like a beauty pageant. But I do have pictures.
Oh boy.
So here is Jake at one of his birthday parties. He's got a little hat on. They take him out. There's Jake with his girls.
No.
Jake partying, drinking.
Okay.
There's a very sexy photo of Jake and a woman on a picnic blanket.
Okay. I was going to say this is very like Weekend at Bernie's, but that is just too weird.
Isn't it amazing? And here's Jake with his key to the city around his neck.
Oh, so that's where he keeps it.
On. Yeah, he keeps it around his neck.
Great.
That's where you keep the key to the city. Where you keep your key to the city. That's right. You don't have one.
You know what? That's true. That's
true. Judging Jake.
Valid criticism. I just figured out something that you can definitely use for your altar. The little bride and groom thing over there. Oh, yeah. You should put it in front of that tropical painting. So maybe we'll have to see if we can find an alligator or something.
Why? Well, it's funny you say that. Because now that I have given away, I have.
Oh, okay. All right.
Alligator beads I got from New Orleans.
How cute.
And, that's where Jake liked to hang out, supposedly, in New Orleans brothels. So,
yeah, which is, I have a lot of concerns.
Yeah.
Follow-up questions potentially about. I will save those for later.
But so I thought this was like so perfect that I got gator beads in New Orleans. So
there you go.
Wearing them today.
We just put together the whole damn altar right there.
We did it.
We did it.
So since no one really knows how old Jake is, since they don't know when he was born, where he came from, how long he's been around, they celebrate his 75th every year on or around August 1st. So he's a Leo. Also, that's another significant date in your life.
Yeah. Rude.
I don't know. Do people know that's your wedding date?
I think so.
I think so too. I think we've talked about it.
If anybody cares.
Yeah. I just didn't want to out your wedding date if you didn't want it out there.
By the way, this was top secret before now, but I did get married on August 1st.
So this year we can't celebrate your anniversary. We'll have to celebrate Jake's birthday party, 75th.
I can't celebrate my first wedding anniversary. I have to celebrate Jake.
He's turning 75 again.
I'm sure my husband will be fine with that.
Let's go. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
I feel like that makes sense too. Like with all of the attention he gets that he is a Leo.
Yeah, that branding is it's on point.
Jake used to attend his birthday parties, which you saw in the photos. But now he's actually, well, some of the photos you may have seen the real Jake. Now he's too fragile to attend his parties. He has to stay in the glass case. Especially since the last party he did make an appearance at, he ended up on the missing man gator list.
So I would assume that's a short list.
Yeah, it was probably one.
Just him.
Yeah. They did get him back, thankfully, but the police were involved. But don't worry. There is a stunt Jake they call the partier.
Excellent.
So most of those pictures I showed you was like the partier Jake.
Okay, well, that's fitting.
Now I know all the stories about Jake's life. Sounds kind of out there. Obviously, it's all allegedly Jake's early life, you know.
Okay.
The New Orleans stuff, the brothels, the sand dunes of Pakistan.
Yeah, I mean, could be a little bit of a stretch, but you know, what else?
Sorry if you hear a dog barking in the background once in a while. We'll try to get her to shut up.
Yeah, we make no promises.
And I know that today that this episode is being released happens to be...
Oh, she's barking at the little deers.
Oh, is there deers back there?
There's like 4 of them down there. Look at their little butts.
Are they in the shot? Can you guys see them? Maybe if I move my...
Oh, yeah. Here?
And I know today that this episode is being released happens to be that one very special Trixie day of the year.
Oh.
So right about now is maybe when you're expecting me to say those 3 little words about Jake. April Fool's bitch.
Oh.
But I actually cannot because the story's true.
I was like, I'm going to have to figure out the rotation a year in advance and take this episode out of your schedule. I was like, we're taking April Fools off every year forever.
No, we're not. It's too good. I know though that like this like all of this, like having a bride of Jake, like beauty pageant, this sounds like it could be like an April Fool's joke. Like
it really does. It really does.
But we do have photo evidence. So, I mean, nothing is to be said about his before life, you know, with all of that shenanigans. Obviously, you know.
Oh my God.
Maybe there's not a lot of truth in that, but all the rest of it is true. And now I feel like I have to prove it to you by telling you how Marsh's Free Museum got started.
Okay.
So picture it, Long Beach, 1921.
Ooh, the 20s.
Wellington Marsh Sr. opens an ice cream shop and candy shop, and then a tavern. And then kind of giving Bob's Burgers, he opens a temporary burger stand for crowds that drew to gawk at a shipwreck.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound like something like Bob's Burgers would do?
Honestly, it's so 1920s of it. I can't.
Which then led him to open up a restaurant and bar.
Okay. Well, I mean, sure. He's like, listen, this whole temporary thing has worked out well, but what if it was permanent?
Made that ship permanent. And he did. I thought the shipwreck was kind of interesting too. Okay, so this is the shipwreck, and it was kind of giving like Titanic vibes.
Yeah.
This is kind of crazy. This is why I thought it was interesting. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. It was a 300-feet passenger liner steamship carrying 39 passengers and 65 crew members named the Admiral Benson.
Oh.
Which we compared the Benson Hotel to the Titanic. Isn't that kind of weird?
Oh, that is weird.
It's just kind of like a full circle mismatch. Yeah. One of those synchronicity things. It is considered one of the biggest shipwrecks in the area known as the Graveyard of the Pacific. So it was a pretty big wreck.
Yeah.
Because there was obviously a few other wrecks to be known as the Graveyard of the Pacific.
I would say.
Yeah. So people actually watched it for days because it was stuck there. They couldn't, they could never get it out.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. So that's why there was a burger stand. Because people are just sitting there watching this thing.
But it's not still there?
I don't know. It's not still there. I think it either like got destroyed or they destroyed it to move it out of there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The beach was later named Benson Beach. Hey,
lady,
we're doing a podcast, honey. See? We're doing
I was
something.
going to say, Josh, if we turn her around.
We're live on air. So back to Wellington's new restaurant. This was during the Depression when people couldn't really afford their tabs. So they would pay with items of interest or as like a placeholder until they could pay their bill. So kind of like, I think that's kind of like a pawn shop where you like give them something. I don't know. It's like a placeholder. Like you either keep this or I'll come back and pay my bill. Yeah. That's the word I'm thinking of. Thank you. So Wellington would put these items on the wall. And it sort of drew people in to come and look at like the random weird stuff on the wall that people would leave there. And that was the start of Marsh's Free Museum.
Oh my God.
Isn't that cool, lady?
You're so cool.
In 1935, he opened the museum in its own building next to the world's largest frying pan and world's largest razor clam.
Okay.
And I actually have a pic of the frying pan, and that's Wellington.
He's like in the frying pan.
He's in the frying pan, and I'll read you what it says. It says, quote, Marsh Sr. spread-eagled in front of the world's largest frying pan to show its size.
I mean, it is accurate.
And they do mean spread eagle like arms. But when I think spread eagle, I think of legs, and it's like showing its size, and I thought it was funny. But he is spread eagle with his arms. In 1968, Wellington's children bought Jake the Alligator Man from a local antique dealer for $750, which today's money is $6,848.36. So
I think I'd be pretty upset if someone spent nearly $7,000 on that.
Yeah, it's not a small amount. And at first they were like, this is too much, and actually left. But Mrs. Marsh was infatuated with Jake, so she persuaded her husband to go back and buy him.
Okay.
So I don't know, Jake the ladies' man. I mean,
apparently
saying something.
Wow.
Before that, Jake's first known origin was the Cliff House in San Francisco. There's a lot of info on that, and we will be coming back to that in the future.
Ooh.
Wink, wink. So I'm not going to tell you any more about the Cliff House in San Francisco right now. Then in 1972, they moved to a newly built location across the street from the frying pan and all that. And I think the frying pan and razor clams are still there, as far as I know. And then in 2010, thanks to a senior project, they installed the world's largest chopsticks, 30 feet long, in front of Marsh's Free Museum.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they still got biggest things outside their museum.
I love that.
In 1978, Wellington Marsh Sr. passed away, but his museum is still in the family. And Wellington must have had a soft spot for Jake too, because his likeness is carved on his headstone.
Oh my gosh.
To which his granddaughter says, quote, 100 years from now, you'll be like, what the hell is that? End quote.
I don't think I need to wait 100 years. I feel as though my default reaction is, what the hell
is that? Right, lady?
White lady?
What is that? No one really cares how Jake came to be, and some think it's better not to know.
Oh.
Gives them that the mystique. But if you're a knowledge-seeking bitch like me, you must know.
I need to know.
Needs to know. I mostly wanted to know that this wasn't like a House of a Thousand Corpses situation where they turned Dwight Schrute into Fish Boy. I know you probably haven't seen this movie.
No, and all of that sounds terrible.
So Rainn Wilson was in this movie, and they're murderers, and they make him into a fish boy for their like oddity.
Oh,
yuck.
Show.
Yeah. They put like tail on him, and yeah.
No.
It's gruesome.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to know like this wasn't like a real person, like a real head, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was concerned.
Yeah.
But it is not. It is. It's not a person or creature. It's art. Okay. Most people think that this might be the artwork of Homer Tate. And this is someone who did very similar artwork. In the 40s and 50s, he was the top supplier for tourist traps and sideshow attraction items.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which, for the record, I am a sucker for a tourist trap. And I don't think it's like a negative thing. I think it's so fun.
Well, it just depends on what you're looking for, right? I mean, you can take trips where you're going to go and you're going to eat at like all of the fanciest restaurants. And then there are going to be trips where you eat like chili cheese fries and go and see the largest frying pan or
Jake
whatever.
The Alligator Man. Yeah. Some of the things he made were like shrunken head replicas, because obviously you can't have real like shrunken heads.
Yeah.
Wolf Boy, which is in season 6, episode 2 of American Pickers. And The Thing, which resides at the Bolin Travel Center in Texas Canyon, Arizona.
Okay.
Which is apparently so remote that everything I was reading about it specifies that it's about 20 miles east of Benson, Arizona.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? Another fucking Benson in this story.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it's like, I just thought it was interesting. Like, it really doesn't have anything to, it's not in Benson, but like, it's so remote that you have to specify like where it's at.
They're like, that's the only way we can help give you sort of a geolocation.
20 miles east of Benson.
Alrighty.
So now that we've come full circle with all the Bensons.
Literally.
That is the end of my scaly tale. But I am left with one question. Is it Jake the Alligator Man or Jake the Man Alligator?
Not sure, but that's really the only question you have?
And it's not an April Fool's joke.
Okay.
Oh, I did want to show you. Okay, so this is some of the stuff that Homer Tate did. This was him in his like little workshop with his art. Very odd things. And then The Thing kind of looks like what we saw in Austin with like, it was like the Iceman or something. It was like this, it's like in like a concrete enclosure and like you go up and look through the window, the glass window on top.
Makes you feel like it could break out.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really see any pictures of it. That's kind of the only picture I saw of it, but I didn't like dig super deep.
Yeah. I mean, you got a few threads you're pulling on there.
Yeah, a couple. And then there is also one poster I wanted to show you. So it is Jake the Alligator Man and the Unipiper, which the Unipiper is a famous Portland street performer. He does the bagpipes with flames on a unicycle. Yeah. Yeah. So apparently he went to Jake's birthday at one point. I couldn't find it on the website, but the website said you can print your own Jake. You could print your own Jake fan club ticket, but I couldn't find where you could do that. But I found a picture of one of the fan club printouts on his enclosure. So I like wanted to find one of those and put our names on it. It says,
"Hell yeah,
Jake the Alligator Man fan club. This certifies that blank is a member in good standing, member since whenever." It's so cute.
I was gonna say if you need any help, maybe taking a little copy of that and cleaning her up.
Right. Someone has this very cool, like artistic posters website, and they have a Jake the Alligator Man poster.
Yeah, all of those posters are really like reminiscent of like a lot of the art at the McMinimans. All of the different locations. It's very like of that era.
I
that
saved
styling.
This is the one I did the link to on accident. It's like cancer, and it has all of like the things. They have obviously a Leo one too.
Ooh.
But dang it, I wanted to find the Jake poster for you to see.
We need to find the Leo one because obviously, you know, Jake is a Leo.
Yeah. Yay. That's the end of my scaly tail. Do you think we should do some tarot for this?
Ooh. But of course.
I brought cards little enough for you to shuffle.
How thoughtful.
I brought my cabinetarium deck of cards. So it's like oddities. I thought it was very appropriate.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they're really cool looking.
Yeah, this was the most expensive deck of cards I've ever bought, but it was so worth it. I can't remember where I got them. We were together, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I remember you buying these. I cannot remember for the life of me either.
We probably talked about it on an episode because I know we used them like right after I bought them. So,
anyone remembers where we acquired these?
Yeah, go back and listen to all the episodes and see when I brought
and be sure to listen to all the ads, you know.
Yeah. Maybe twice, 2-3 times, you know.
Probably.
You're not doing anything else. Yeah, look how small these are.
It's just a regular deck of playing cards.
I know, but like compared to doing like tarot, it just seems like these are so tiny. Like I can barely keep them in my hands. They're so tiny.
Yeah.
Hey, thinking about Jake the Alligator Man. That was such a fun episode to research too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when I found about that, when I was researching and I came across the Cliff Inn, or what was it? Cliff? I can't remember. The Cliff restaurant or whatever in, I think it's an inn in San Francisco. And I came across that and I was like, oh, there's so much tea here. That's what I was like freaking out yesterday while I was researching. Table here. So you can see we're not cheating.
Or pantsless.
I know, and I'm wearing pajamas. I'm feeling this vibe.
Oh.
This is like the chaotic alligator man alligator.
I'm just here. I'm just here for the ride.
Are you feeling any areas of interest?
I always feel like kind of in like the center. I feel like I'm always pulled, like kind of drawn to like the middle.
Oh, you can't. I guess I'm doing it to where you can't really see, but I kind of like pulled this out of the pile here. Oh, okay.
Oh,
we got like a planter kind of, and it's green. It could be like an alligator tail, and there's a man's face on it.
Oh.
I want to say it's a very mysterious card. I don't know.
Okay. 3 of Wands, our keywords are creativity and skill, self-expression, growth, competence, and manifestation.
I feel like all of that, especially with like Wellington Marsh and all of his businesses and
yeah, kind of an entrepreneurial vibe.
That was like one of the words they used to describe him for sure. Cause he like saw the opportunity of like the shipwreck and all those people just standing there with nothing to eat.
Dude, you're gonna, okay. Read on. Now is the time to show the world what you can do. You've worked hard to develop your talents and have confidence in your abilities. You feel passionately about what you do and believe you can inspire others. Express yourself.
Express yourself.
Okay. In the upright position, it says you've developed a project, business, creative endeavor, or other venture And now you're ready to share it with others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of them.
Yeah. Maybe like a burger stand. I don't know, whatever.
Casually a museum that's lasted till present day. Like,
I mean, yeah. By devoting yourself fully to your goal, you can succeed. Do what's necessary to bring your dreams to fruition.
aw, like buying a $750 Jake the Alligator Man.
It would be like almost 7,000 now with inflation. No.
I don't know. I buy a lot of things I don't need.
Yeah, they're usually not $7,000 though.
No, just these like oddity cards that were like,
Oh, we needed those.
Like $35 for the deck. It's fine.
In a reading about money, the upright 3 shows increase and financial support coming to you. You may have to spend money to make money, but this card promises success. In a reading about work, this card suggests an exciting time when your efforts start to bear fruit.
Ooh.
You're giving it your all, inspiring others, and attracting people who are eager to help you. Your ideas begin to take form. Collaboration can be beneficial.
I'm not sure if he had like help and stuff with it, but I just also realized that I missed a paragraph. So I'm going to try to find it while you're reading.
Oh, okay. Okay, but you need to hear.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. If you asked about a relationship, the 3 indicates a commitment, an engagement, or marriage.
No way! That's crazy. Bride of Jakenstein. It is kind of a Jakenstein.
Well, and then the fact that the celebration is on the same day as my wedding day.
Yeah,
that is so funny.
Weird.
Buddy. Okay. You and a partner express passionate feelings for each other and celebrate your love.
It is like that. It said one of the things with like it could be like a talent show that the woman does to like become bride. So she'll do like a talent, or she'll like just profess her undying love for Jake.
Oh my God. Okay, there's a short extra excerpt. Hidden alliances work to move you into your authentic vocation as soon as you begin to commit to it.
Oh. Should I try out to be a bride of Jake? Should I join the beauty pageant? Is that what the cards are telling me?
Sure.
I'm doing it, you guys. I'm doing it this year. That's not an April Fool's either. I'm doing it. I have been eyeballing this one though. Have you? Because it's like there's one.
I hadn't, but now I am.
There's one card. There's one card sitting here and it's just like on the cord. So I'm just like curious what it is,
Yeah.
Oh, it's another like slightly green. It looks like weird scissors.
Yeah. That almost looks like a mermaid, like a fin.
Oh, like the Fiji nightmare.
And it also
Fiji
looks
mermaid?
like infinity symbol like at the bottom.
8-1, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is in reverse because this would be upright. I think.
Okay, so what is the spade?
So spade is swords.
Okay.
Should I double check? But I'm pretty
swords.
sure. Yeah, swords. So we got the 4 of swords.
In reverse? Okay.
Oh.
The 4 of swords. Keywords are rest, recuperation, retreat, solitude, introspection, and recovery.
That's what Jake needs because he's got to be behind that case,
I was just thinking that, oh boy.
Even the on the original card, like the imagery kind of looks like someone who could like be in a glass case, like just like laying there. Yeah.
I'm in a glass case of emotion. 4 symbolize stability. This card represents withdrawing and resting in order to get your bearings after a time of trouble. Went too hard on the Weekend with Bernie's thing.
You know what I realized too? This looks like a lock of hair that it cut off.
Ugh.
And they did talk about like Jake's wispy, like orange hair that he has on his head. And this kind of looks like it.
Gross.
That's hilarious.
Okay. The reversed 4 indicates you need to rest, but aren't giving yourself the timeout you require.
He's a little timeout.
Yep. If you continue the way you're going, you could even make yourself sick.
Is that what I just did?
I was going to say that one feels a little targeted. Unless you allow your mind, body, and spirit a chance to recover, this situation will grow worse. Well, I think they're doing that at least for Jake.
Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe I need to take some of this advice too.
I think you may need to have a little lie down later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My therapist would agree.
I'm sure. In a reading about money, the reversed 4 can indicate remorse about a financial matter.
Oh, I feel like there wasn't that with Jake, but maybe the husband was like, dang it, because the wife made him go back and buy it. So, I mean, there could have been some remorse.
Could be. Perhaps you continue pushing yourself to make money, depleting your energy, even though you really need to take a break. So maybe he just was like, I don't want to make a museum.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or it is interesting too, because it's a free museum. I mean, it's in the name. So they're making money from like their postcards selling, I assume, or maybe like donations or So I mean, I can't imagine they're making like a ton of money, you know?
But it's got to be a lot of effort that goes into it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at us.
Look at the babies.
Oh, they're right here. You can see them.
That one is a baby.
It is a little baby back there. Oh, you can see it. You can see him so good in the camera.
You can.
Yeah. And then the baby's going to walk by. Here comes the baby. Okay. Oh,
cute.
Was there more? Oh, I don't want to forget that
ba.
one thing I want to read after because
okay.
I found the paragraph I missed.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh my God.
Oh my gourd.
You're going to shit.
I've already done that today.
No, we literally just talked about this. Okay. If the reading is about your job, you have trouble dealing with the stress and demands in your workplace, but can't see a way out of the situation. Your head's spinning and you're running on empty. Perhaps seeking advice from a counselor or someone you respect can give you a new perspective.
Okay, cards. This was about Jake, not about Cassie. Maybe that's why I was feeling drawn to that card, though, and you didn't really even notice it.
Yeah. Because I'm ignoring it. I'm like, no, thank you.
No, I don't need to hear those messages.
In a reading about love, this card can signify giving up on a relationship or giving in with regrets.
I mean, he does have to find a new bride every year.
Yeah, it's demanding is what it is. That's a lot of work.
For a 75-year-old.
I mean, come on. In some cases, it may mean a temporary situation so you can heal old wounds, gain clarity, and work on yourself. Or make burgers. Really, I think I'm hungry. I think that's why we keep coming back to the burgers.
Burgers. It's all about those burgers. No extra zerps?
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to read this little paragraph that I missed because it's so cute. And like, obviously, I was like, wait a minute. I didn't even say the cute thing that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
And it's kind of another circle moment too.
Oh.
So in 1944, whilst vacationing in Florida, Wellington noticed the successful souvenir shell shops. Say that 5 times fast.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Successful souvenir shell shops. Dang it.
Shell shop.
So he was like, my museum's at the beach. Maybe I should sell seashells down by the longshore.
Oh.
The Long Beach, get it? Although he did have to import the shells because whole local shells are hard to come by. But they apparently give customers a tiny shell glued to a card to this very day.
Oh. Oh,
Isn't that so fucking cute?
that's adorable.
And he noticed that while vacationing in Florida, and then they steal his Alligator Man photo, like, and then say it's from Florida. So it's just like another interesting thing.
Crazy.
I thought that was so cute, the little seashells. I want a tiny little glued
I love
seashell.
a tiny seashell.
And they just give shit away. Just giving shit away for free.
Where's mine?
We got to go. We got to go visit Jake and get our free seashell if they still do it. I don't know 100% for sure, but
I mean, we're going to find out.
We are going to find out. Long Beach isn't that far away.
No, it's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're done. Should we go?
I think so.
I think we're done. It's fucking Sunday. Let's go.
Yeah. We're going to get back to the nothing.
Doing nothing.
Yeah.
Rest is important.
Allegedly.
We're going to go rest to like Jake in a glass case. I just had the best idea. We need to get replicas of ourselves, the partiers, that we just set out at parties. And people can put birthday hats on us. And
I think maybe you need the rest. I think the ideas and, maybe they'll regenerate with a little rest.
All right, if you say so. Have a creepy ass day. We'll see you next Tuesday. Or we'll see you later, alligator. You got to say the second part of it.
What?
After a while, crocodile?
Oh.
You don't know that?
I was like, I don't know. I didn't realize that was like the second half. After a while, crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody get me a goddamn burger.